it on a hill?
Yeah.
But it's making it sleep a little.
Well, I tried to tilt it down so that I'd be a little bit even.
Okay.
But I am downhill.
Here's what it is.
It's gonna make me appear weaker.
It's okay. I am finally the big man showing off my legs.
He's on top
We're
of the
doing the
hill.
top half here.
Well, I was trying, but then like we'd only have this much on the sides of us.
That's okay. Welcome to Simple Diversion. My name is Rob.
And my name is Graham. And today, we're gonna be talking about the Diesel Whiskey Row Cigar.
Brought to you by Diesel and Rabbit Hole. Rabbit Hole Bourbon. Okay, is it on?
Yeah. Don't mind us if we reach up. It's just our mic getting blown to the side by the wind. So
It's a little windy. It's a nice day. Finally in the 90s, upper 80s, probably upper 80s right now, but finally a good
91.
day here in Wisconsin.
91.
91. There you go. But it's a nice breeze, so it feels cooler.
But this is a Diesel cigar, like Rob
Yep.
mentioned, by AJ Fernandez. And it's called Whiskey Row. And they incorporated Rabbit Hole Bourbon into the cigar.
Yeah.
And how do they do that, Rob?
Well, they aged it in the bourbon barrel casks. Not sure exactly how long they aged it in those casks, but it supposedly brings out a rich flavor.
Yeah. The long fillers in the cigar, it said, were aged from between 5 and 8 years. So
Okay.
that's pretty good
Yeah,
too.
very good. You can find this for about, well, if you can find it. It's back ordered right now.
Cigars International has a back ordered at every size.
Right. But you can find it for about $7.50 to $9 to $10 a stick.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we were lucky enough to we're lucky enough to have somewhat of a relationship with the marketing director from Rabbit Hole.
Thank you very much.
So thank you so much for reaching out to us and being able to review this cigar.
So what we usually do too is we talk about where it's from, blah, blah, blah. Let's just cut it up, get into smoking it, and then start talking about a little bit of that.
Perfect.
And I'm excited about this already because while we were setting up, I kind of just did some smells on the foot right away.
It smells so good.
And it's unique.
It's
different.
It really is. And I was hoping that it really would be, so I wouldn't have to like say, oh yeah, it's unique, you should go out and get it. But really, man, it is. It's got a good nose.
It's got that barnyard aroma smell, but then with a little bit of like floral notes, and maybe even like sweetness.
It's got a great label. It shows the rabbit hole.
That rabbit hole label is just great in itself.
Just anything with rabbit hole. That rabbit jumping, leaping for joy. And then it's got the Diesel here. It's got a nice little wrapper at the bottom that just, man, I love it. Cool design. Neighbors trying to figure out what we're doing.
Don't mind us, just YouTube. It's gonna be a nice loose draw, which I do
Looks like a double cap.
But I do have a hard time smoking the loose draws because I can smoke it quicker.
Yeah.
Which is not always good. Obviously my palate always gives me that spice and pepper right off the first couple draws, and that's because we have to get through the light, but so far so good. While Rob's lighting that up, this is going to be a Nicaragua cigar with a Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, I believe. Here it goes. I just broke my mic. Mic is broke. Cut.
I'm getting a little bit of spices, like
a
little bit of pepper, but you know, it is a nice loose draw. It's not extremely loose, but it's definitely not a tight draw, at least on my stick. And but I really am getting a sweetness. I'm not necessarily getting a bourbon sweet, but it is a sweetness, which maybe that aged in you know, a bourbon barrel cask, maybe that's what kind of brings that sweetness into it. Maybe that's what I'm getting. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it more mid-stick, but it's different.
I'm excited to pair the Rabbit Hole Bourbon with this too. Just see how they kind of go with each other, because being that Rabbit Hole put their name on it, they gotta think, hey, we have to pair this with our bourbon.
They should really stick with it. This is really good for marketing, really.
Yeah.
I mean, time here.
It's windy.
apologize.
Welcome back.
So yeah, I think it's really good for marketing to do this with Diesel and AJ Fernandez. And I will read what AJ Fernandez said about this whole process. It's very interesting. I'll read that in a few minutes. But something I was getting on the nose by smelling the cigar, I was getting a little bit of barnyard, some sweet.
It's like a sweet
hay,
barnyard
like
aroma.
a sweet hay, like
a little bit of floral.
Yeah. If you dip like a floral or a maybe some wheat or yarn and honey, and you just let it sit for a little bit, and then smell that.
First sniff, I almost thought it was infused too. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, the first sniff I did.
While we film this, it is Father's Day.
Yes, it is.
So we are treating ourselves to this cigar. Happy Father's Day, Rob.
Happy Father's Day, Graham.
Happy Father's Day to all you guys out there. I'm sure this is going to be about a week late, but still.
It is a great stick to smoke on Father's Day.
Yep.
A little bit of both.
Exactly.
Bourbon and cigars. So what our channel's all about too is, we mix it together, and Rabbit Hole and Diesel did the same thing. So kudos.
The construction seems phenomenal. Phenomenal. I had a great cut on this. No unwinding. There's visible seams, but the wrapper it feels thick, heavy duty.
See, I like the visible seams. I think it makes it feel like more.
It's kind of veiny.
Natural.
Yeah. It's not like perfectly round. You can tell it's hand rolled. Very good burn so far. I had to touch mine up initially, but that was just because of the light. So far it's going good.
And it was windy.
Starting to get into the first third here, so we'll see what we get.
Something we are going to do.
Dipping this in our bourbon.
Obviously, we're gonna dip it and see if we get. No, but we are gonna pair with a Rabbit Hole. And
do you want to go down a little further?
I would like to go maybe mid-stick at least, and then.
Geez, I'm getting cotton already, but yeah, we'll see.
We reviewed their Kentucky Straight Bourbon, which for some reason I had to look to see which one we had here. Kentucky Straight Bourbon. We reviewed their PX Sherry cask.
Not the rye yet.
Not the rye, and not the other one. What is it?
The gin.
The gin. I would like to review the rye at least, because that's more in our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And such a good product for such a young distillery.
Yeah.
And they just opened up their distillery back in what? I want to say beginning of May, end of April? I can't remember.
And we respect them because they respect us. Exactly. And they actually talk to us.
I don't know. They're very good with the community. Well, not like when floods and stuff.
Yeah.
But, they're good at communicating with people. So they'll on Instagram they're all over the place. Twitter they're all over the place, and they'll respond to you in any kind of way. So kudos to that. That's awesome.
Shit floating around, flying in my glass.
See, come on, that looks like a tip, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Looks like a tadpole.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, everybody that's stuck around to see how this cigar is turning out. I still have not ashed mine. I'm kind of living on the edge today. I'm sure I'm going to pay for it in a few minutes.
See how long it lasts.
But it is a good cigar.
It is.
And it makes me want to try more Diesel cigars too.
Especially for the price, if you can find it out there,
Yeah, and I didn't even know Diesel was associated with AJ Fernandez, so that in itself makes me want to try Diesel a lot more.
Yes, for sure.
But off the smoke here, let's see what we're getting on the palate. We knew that was gonna happen. There you go, something to laugh at.
I am getting a lot now, and I have a feeling this is probably from the barrels, but I really am getting a lot of oak.
Yes.
Especially when I snap my tongue up against my palate, I'm getting oak.
And they say floral notes. I'm not really getting the floral notes, but I'm getting more of like an oakiness, dry. Let me see here.
I kind of, when I first started, I was getting that spicy floral.
It's not spicy at all for me.
No
pepper,
anymore. Not
no
anymore.
spice.
But I'm getting oak.
I'm getting a little bit of like a dry earth.
Okay.
And like
I would say it's a little dry, but dry can be a good thing too. It's not extreme. It definitely is a burst of flavor. So there's a lot there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a medium body cigar as well. And this cigar, I think we forgot to mention, just came out.
Yeah.
In June of 2018.
Yeah. So
this is new.
What's today? June 18th?
17th.
17th. So yeah, happy birthday. Graham's birthday's tomorrow, so
33.
33.
Threes. Three squared.
Double threes. A lot of passion went into this process, and I am very pleased with the results. Aging the binder leaf in a bourbon barrels added an unexpected layer of flavor and aroma right beneath the wrapper. When you smoke Whiskey Row, you get a unique and complex experience that engages the senses unlike any other cigar I've smoked. From AJ Fernandez. So, and I'd really have to agree with him. I don't think that's just a selling point that he's trying to go for.
My burn is starting to kind of get a little out of hand. I'm probably gonna have to touch it up. Not the end of the world. I did just take a whiff of the Rabbit Hole Bourbon, and
yes, let's do that.
Jeez.
What's that?
I know some people say that Rabbit Hole Kentucky Straight Bourbon is overpriced for how young it is, but
wow, and there's reason for that.
They
do something.
I just got like a tidal wave of vanilla, toffee,
caramel, vanilla.
Caramel, yeah, caramel. Kind of sweet itself.
This will, for a long time, have stayed in my top 2 favorite bourbons.
It's still one of my go-tos.
Since I've tried it.
It's a little pricey, but I'm willing to pay for that.
Something I'll always have.
It does not smell like a Scotch, but it reminds me of a Scotch because there's so many flavors that I'm getting. Bourbon typically for me is 2 or 3, and this one is, and it's usually mellow, and this one for me is jumping off the charts.
I will say I'm excited what they're going to do in the next 10 years. They're already doing so much now with cigars and coming out with a rye already and a PX sherry cask, and I mean doing so much. Just opening up their distillery. Who knows what they're going to be doing with that? They're going to come out with like an 8-year-old bourbon.
Yeah.
They're going to come out with like a, 100 proof, 101, 115 proof bourbon. Like, what are they going to? What's going to happen? I'm excited. Okay.
So the fun fact today, it doesn't necessarily deal with cigars, but it does with whiskey. In 1798, George Washington produced 11,000 gallons of whiskey at Mount Vernon, making him the country's largest whiskey distillery at that time.
Really? I've
There you
actually
go.
visited Mount Vernon, and I never knew that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he did not have wood teeth. It was hippopotamus ivory.
Yes.
So we're going to take this time to do some housekeeping notes. Andy Johnson has been our patron for the last 3 months,
Yes.
and you unlocked some cool stuff that we have to send you. So
Yeah.
please.
What did he unlock?
So he gave us $25 for 3 months,
3 months
which
straight.
was amazing.
Which is awesome.
Because that means we're doing something right, that
Yep.
somebody's willing to do that. And with that, you unlocked a free set of coasters, a Simple Diversion shirt,
Yep.
shout out, which we've given you,
A shout out. Yep. Which
and
we did a few times.
a question that you can ask us to discuss on a show. So
Yeah. So go ahead.
if you can please email us at simplediversion618@gmail.com. A, if you have a question, B, your address for us to send that out, and then C, your shirt size.
Yes.
And again, if you guys go to patreon.com/simplediversion, you can see all the packages that we have for donations and what you can unlock by doing that.
Well, thank you for joining us. We are
Rob,
gonna,
would you buy this again?
oh yeah. So you can get this in a Toro size, a
Churchill. Probably
a
Robusto.
Robusto, and then search the G.
Gordo?
G.
There's a few sizes. They have all sorts of sizes. Assortment of sizes.
Yeah, and they come in a pack of, you can get a pack of 25, or you can go with 5. And
Yeah, if you want to just try it out, see
Yeah,
if
right.
you like it, share with a couple friends.
yeah, but hopefully we start seeing this locally, which maybe not. But
It's Diesel.
it is Diesel, and it's possible. So I would definitely pick these up in a heartbeat.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for supporting us. We appreciate every single one of our subscribers. Can't do this without you. You're the reason we do this. If you are not a subscriber, please hit that button and the bell so that you can be notified when more videos of ours come out, which is usually every week. Don't forget to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and interact with us on there too.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, remember to always have a
Cigar in one hand, whiskey in the other,
empty glass, but they can't help it.
and good company by your side, because that's what this is all about.
Yes. And
as always,
we'll
see you soon.
soon.